to talk to investors in a little bit of detail. So we wanted to kind of, and thanks a lot for making time for this call. Broadly, what I would do is I'll try and give a bit of, strategic and business highlights, in terms of salient points with regard to this particular deal. And I'll allow Harish to kind of get into a little bit of operational details. So he can walk us through a few slides as well. And then we can open up for, discussions, and more than happy to, answer any questions, and we'll kind of, we can amplify the aspects of the deal. Broadly, the RailTel Wi-Fi monetization project is a kind of a very first for us, because it's also a great opportunity for the company to kind of realize some of our edge computing priorities we have had. So from a strategic fit perspective, if you look at it, this has a huge fitment from edge computing, and it kind of ties into our mantra of cloud, digital insight, cognitive powered, and edge ready. So all this kind of components are coming into this deal. I'll explain about it. Because it's a great opportunity for us to build our edge capability, right from edge application, edge analytics, and edge security. All the three aspects come into this project. The edge application is the super app which we will be building, and we will monetize it. It has analytics elements in it, right from real-time location-based analytics. All these aspects come into fore. Plus, we'll also have our edge security product like SASE, which will also bring in, build the data privacy and, from a passenger information privacy. So we can bring all these aspects together. It is also a great opportunity for us as we prepare for 5G. The Wi-Fi monetization is a good runway for us as we get into kind of the 5G world. So broadly, if you ask me, it kind of ticks off all the aspects of some of 3i's new 3i strategic priorities. That is one. The deal, if you look at it, it's also a first in kind because it is a public-private partnership. RailTel is offering this for monetization. We were chosen because we had high technical scores, fundamentally because it's a convergence of technology play, media play, and revenue monetization in that. So we have our consortium partners who complemented our technology and operations capability and our experience in government to complement that. Harish will talk more about it. And second thing also, it also helps us go beyond the BFSI vertical, because we've been kind of stuck with this bond with the bank and, in BFSI for a long time. As you know, we have been investing in the telecom, media, entertainment, and 5G. So this is a first foray into that industry as well, where this convergence of industries comes in. That is one. Third thing which I would like to highlight is it also helps, and I have been constantly challenged by analysts and investors saying, how will you get into $1 billion dream? You have a 230 by 2030. It's impossible on a CAGR growth. Then I keep telling them, boss, you're profiling me as a classic B2B services, but this gives that true blue opportunity to B2B2B and B2B2C. And this has the potential to accelerate revenue at a very, very fast pace, actually. In our update to SEBI as well, we have said a kind of a very minimal conservative revenue of 250 crores in 5 years. The project is for 5 plus 2, 7 years. Internally, if you look at it, it's a great opportunity to go to 1,000 crores and more as well, because it's a huge opportunity which we can kind of unlock the potential of this deal. And you'll understand this once Harish shares some of his, very important numbers and KPIs, and which we will do. And second, also, this also gives us a great opportunity to replicate this. So that is the reason why we are building this as a separate subsidiary. In fact, we are registering this as a separate subsidiary called Newray Media Tech subsidiary, because we are seeing this can go beyond this project. We can take this global as well. So this is not just a single project. We look at it as an important starting point or a stepping stone for our huge strategic way forward. And this project will help us build this capability and competency. So I'll pause here, and Harish, maybe if you could brief everyone a little more on the next level details, that will be helpful. You're on mute, I guess, Harish.
Sorry, yeah, sure, Damshan. Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
quickly, I'll walk you all through some slides which we have summarizing the entire project. And post that, we will open up for questions on that. So just give me a second to share the slides. Slides. Are we able to see the slides? If I can get a confirmation.
Yeah, Arish, we can.
Yes, we
Okay.
can see.
Yeah, we can see
Okay.
that.
Thank you. Thank you. So what is this project about? A very bird's eye view put on one slide here. It's about 6,102 stations as of day we are speaking, and any more number of stations which subsequently get added to the Wi-Fi network spread out by Railtel will come under the ambit of this program. 38.62 crores annual logins, and average unique users per month is around 2.2 crores. So 6,102 stations have free Wi-Fi running currently at 1 Mbps speed, and 30 minutes free with an extended time of 10 minutes, grace period of 10 minutes. So that's what is currently being offered by them. And in terms of revenue from this entire thing, they are earning hardly anything around 70,000 rupees per month. No, and that's the revenue that they are earning with the entire free Wi-Fi. That's like when people want to pay and use higher bandwidth and for a more duration. That's when they are earning. Otherwise, there is no other revenue model for them. So we have uh, won this bid by quoting and minimum guarantee of revenue of 14 crores or 40% of the revenue share, whichever is higher. Key statistics again of what we mentioned. So unique logins per day is 11 lakhs, which is the current trend. I'll come to some other numbers which are there subsequently, which will show how underutilized the free Wi-Fi on the platforms are. So this is what is in it for 3i Infotech. And as we speak, this is only one Wi-Fi monetization project which we have got. Railtel has stretched its business beyond railway networks. They are already into all the quite a few bus depots, big bus depots, where they are giving free Wi-Fi networks. They are into museums, they are into AIMS hospitals across the countries, and various government institutions there where they are providing Wi-Fi network on behalf of the government, and which is free. So once we are successful with this, we are a strong contenders for the monetization project for these Wi-Fi networks across the country, and various other institutions where they have stretched out or implemented their Wi-Fi capabilities. So this is the framework that we are going to use. Authenticate the user, authorize them, automate, analyze the data that we collate, account for all the revenues that we would need to earn, and keep continuing advertising. So this is like the 6 A's that we are focusing on. There will be like teams required to manage each of these heads and work seamlessly to ensure that we earn the revenues that we plan to with this. And as we said, like this will closely dovetail with our technology vision that we have for the organization.
Yeah.
So moving on to business plan, the revenue streams right now, like there is the captive Wi-Fi which is going on. So we will start pushing ads on these ones, and subsequently we will move from the captive Wi-Fi to the railway super app, and from there to content delivery through the access points on the platforms at specific areas where there is substantial footfall. So these are the three revenue streams for us. we will be continuing with all three for a substantial time, but till the time the captive Wi-Fi dies its own death and Railway Super App comes into full play and driving everything. I have a detailed slide as to what are the current capabilities or are of the captive Wi-Fi and what we plan to do with the Super App and the related content service.
Yeah, just to add one point, Hari, just to maybe the simple low-hanging fruit for the organization before we even start building the super app and doing all the big tech stuff. Now I'm talking like a pure, simple businessman. If I look at it, the awareness of this itself is very limited, in my mind. The amount of people who are even aware there is a free super app is very limited. That's the first level of efficiency. Creating awareness increases this multifold. That is one. Second, this is, if you look at it symbolically, also look at it and very clear under-leveraged segment because this is not India, this is Bharat. This Bharat has got a massive opportunity for us all over. And by just driving these efficiencies of reach, we'll be able to do that. Then once the super app comes in, I think that is a multifold revenue streams. It goes beyond all that. Even in the captive portal, if you are able to even sell normal space and increase the efficiency of reach, will be a huge revenue stream. In fact, our break-evens will come from that. And super app will give us the acceleration of that, because there you have multiple other revenue streams which will come in. Right, Harish?
Yep, absolutely. So as we were engaging with the media partners for rolling this out, so India is well catered to with the ads and businesses. Bharat is what we want to reach, is the terminologies that they were using, emphasizing that the ad spend on the Bharat right now is low, and because there is no medium other than television which reaches out to Bharat. So if there is Wi-Fi on the platforms, then there are people who are using those free Wi-Fis, then there is like definite medium for us to reach that sector where no one is there, and it will be an good offering from the media industry. Ad industry is what we hear from the market.
Yeah, and also now bringing in our analytics capabilities at the edge also, where you brings micro segmentation of these demographies, get into more deeper segmentation and location-based services also becomes very, very easy with these opportunities. And even our customers who are advertisers will be able to reach the segment more effectively.
So this again emphasizes, like when you look at the huge volume of people, number of people that's traveling by train and the statistics, it very clearly shows that the awareness of free internet via captive portal is extremely low as of now, because that's what we want to increase and ensure that more and more people come there. I think one of the deterrent for people to not use the Wi-Fi network right now is the speed and the duration. So that's getting multiplied, I think, at least 4 folds. So we're planning to give a 4 Mbps line for almost 4 hours. What we will once we get into this, and that's what will attract. And plus, we are having a lot of awareness campaigns being run to attract people there. So that's what the immediate agenda would be to get into the revenue stream.
Yeah, and for the common man, if you look at it, see, we were debating about it. When you really look at the Bharat micro segmentation, for them it's big. If I'm in 1 hour and I'm getting a 4 Mbps, I'm going to save on my data pack, which is going to be very heavy for me. For him, that 50 rupees he burns on a data pack is huge money for him. And this is going to be, so we need to kind of work on the entire awareness campaign very quickly and also increase that, which is anyway part of the contract. They are giving us the 4 Mbps anyway.
Right. So there's like some more areas that we'll be working on, and various thought processes that we have around this as to how we will be able to monetize it. What are the areas not addressed by retail, but we plan to do that as called out here. And this is how this is the next level as to how we are planning to use the ad inventories on the captive portal. So how many screens are we getting? So that's what we are putting in here. So when there's a first time login every month, we have five ad units. Second month login, we'll have 4 ad units and 30-minute timer announcements. So when we are doing that, even there we'll have uh, ad real estate which can be utilized. So this is on the captive portal that we are talking about with the 30 minutes time frame. When we get into the super app, like it is, we have capped it again at 5, but it can go into multiple folds with reminders coming in every 30 minutes saying that like uh, it's like you're getting into the next 30-minute slot and we can put in small ad there. So the real estate available for ads again increases multiple fold when we are using the mobile super app. Plus, then we have a plethora of services being offered in the mobile super app against wherein we can squeeze in more advertisements there. So that's what's going to be sold. And then we have, as we mentioned, features of the super app where we have. So one of the key things that we are looking at and which will take care of the minimum revenue guarantee for the organization that needs to be paid is we will have sponsors for the free Wi-Fi across the countries at a national level, at a regional level, at a circle level. So all these sponsors at that level, when they commit annual numbers to us, I think is what we are sure that will take care of the 14 crore minimum revenue guarantee that needs to be taken up. And from there on, that is a potential where we are trying to explore, which is which cannot be capped, and it is up to us on a revenue share model with Railtel. So that's why we are saying that right now we are planning it around 250, 300 crores for the 5 years, but it has got a potential to go up to 1,000 crores. Yep. So that's from our side on the data and statistics.
Thank you so much. Now I would like the participant to ask questions. Any questions, please raise your hand so we can allow one by one to ask questions. So first question is coming from Siddharth Gupta. Siddharth, please go ahead, unmute yourself. Siddharth, you have to unmute yourself.
Right, I'm sorry. I think there was a certain lag on my end. Sorry. Right. Okay. First of all, congratulations on getting this project. I know I mean, we've been one of the few analysts who've been grilling you about not getting enough projects. So this is a great win. I just wanted to get certain clarity on with regard to how the revenues to be split. So given that this is being conducted by under a consortium, so when we say we'll be looking at a 250 crore revenue, is that our part of the revenue share, or is that the consortium's share that's coming in? Secondly, I'm a bit unclear with regard to what the super app is as of now. Is it a platform for, is there an existing railway super app, or is it something that we're going to build and bank on? And second, what are the services that the super app is offering? I mean, I do, apart from being, say, a portal for the Wi-Fi, a regular access to the Wi-Fi portal. Right. And again, I wasn't very clear. I'll just quickly sum up my questions because I'll be leaving the call at 5. I unfortunately have another one. I just have 2 short questions. The third question was the 4 Mbps internet speed that we spoke about. Is this something that Railtel is sponsoring as part of the contract, or is it something where we step in, or are there sponsors coming in? And lastly, what is the timeline for this project? By when are we looking at launching the super app? And when does the revenue share actually kick in? Does it kick in from the like on a proportionate basis from this financial year, from particular on achievement of certain milestones?
No, thanks to that. I think a lot of questions. I think probably we should have articulated some of this. So I'll try and answer most of them. And one is from a consortium perspective. We see, for example, for us to qualify in this beyond our technology operations, we had to have some media media tech experience and stuff like that from a revenue perspective. So that is an important point. So we have a consortium partner, but these are very minor partners. The lead bidder is 3i Infotech. We are the lead bidder.
Okay.
These are very minor partners who are helping us fill the gaps what we have from that perspective. Okay, that is one.
Right.
To your question. The second is, so to your point, the lead bidder is 3i. We will set up this subsidiary and the revenue will flow through the subsidiary. And we will share the details of that in a shortly, in terms of that, from to your question on the first part, right?
Mm.
The second thing you spoke about is the super app. The super app doesn't exist today. It is only a captive portal. They just have a captive portal. You go to a railway station, you have to open the portal and sign on. Okay.
Okay.
Now the super app is something which 3i is going to build today. So super app is like I could say like a multi-dimensional mall. You can envision whatever you want, you can do the super app, if you ask me. So like when Ari showed, we are taking all the basics like infotainment, gaming, food, whatever, all that, and we'll make money in every line. Every line we'll make money.
Right.
It just, if you visualize. So that is the, but I would say that is phase 2, Siddharth. Phase 1
Right.
is getting the basics right. Okay.
Right. I'm sorry to cut you off because it's just a question. From as far as I remember, food is right now handled by like even the e-ordering, like these different restaurants which will come deliver to your seat is I think
IRTC.
handled by IRCTC. So how would that integrate into a project that's sanctioned by RailTel?
Other app where IRTC will give me an API, I will interface IRTC, I'll interface all the stuff. Plus, we will bring our own stuff. You can bring your Make My Trip, you can bring whatever you want. You can bring Uber, everything will. If you ask me.
So is that the API is it a free source or open source API, or is it something that we have exclusive contract with IRCTC to get that API to their link website?
So right now, that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe Harish, you need to clarify that. I think the key part is exclusivity is what he's asking.
So IRCTC, I think RailTel will be speaking to them and trying to get that arranged further. So their RailTel's intent is this super app should be the one source for a passenger to get all train related information. So this will be an super app and the other apps will dovetail into it. That is what the design that they have envisaged and they have asked us to construct it accordingly. So internally with IRCTC or CIRS, wherever we need support, they will be speaking to them and trying to extend their help from them. That's what it is. Okay.
But ultimately, Siddharth, to your question, what happens? It is like any app will replace the other app. So once the super app becomes that one-stop shop, it is quite natural. The passenger will just, work in that, in my mind, So
no, absolutely.
Right. So that is the second part. The other part we spoke about is how long are we? See, we need to get off the blocks in 90 days, Siddharth. Okay. So the phase 1 is that we take over the project as it is. It's like a lift, shift, and transform. That's what we are doing. We take all the assets as it is. Okay, whether the server spaces or whatever, we take everything. So it has got infrastructure management, application, the captive portal, take entire stuff. We start to manage it. Phase 1 is, as I said, start focusing on efficiency, basic business efficiency, which is very low today, fundamentals. Second, the phase 0 of the super app will come. So first you build an app. App need not have all the features, right? Instead of just a captive portal, just have an app. So that's a phase 1 in my mind. Phase 2 is where you'll have to build this more multiple areas of the super app, which will start getting. So 90 days, we get off the blocks in my mind.
Okay. And just the third, the final question that I think the 4 Mbps, I'm just asking for confirmation shared by RailTel. So when does the revenue share kick in? Because that
after the 90 days. After the 90 days.
After the 90 days. So we're looking at roughly, so by the beginning of next financial year.
Every quarter you'll have to pay them, I guess. The payment is every quarter or whatever. So right now, if you ask me, as part of the bid itself, we had to pay 6 months bank guarantee we have given them. So for 14 crores, 7 crores we have given them. So our first thing is to get that off. So that's what we are saying. We will sell the spaces to national sponsors. We're not going to complicate it. Have some, national sponsor, regional sponsor, sell it off so that we break even very quickly. And then the typical ad revenue stuff will kick in.
Okay. Okay. That's it from my end. Thank you so much for this. This was very informative, and I'm very glad that we have excellent projects coming our way and a good revenue stream. Unfortunately, I'll have to hop off this meeting, but thank you so much for this. It'd be great if, as you guys are recording, if you could share the recording with the participants. I would really love to catch the rest of the questions as well.
Yeah. Thank
Sure.
you, Siddharth.
Thanks for that.
Thank you so much, and congratulations. Best of luck to the company. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. The next question is coming from the Purushottam. Please unmute yourself and you can ask questions.
Yeah, good evening, Thompson and team. And at the outset, let me thank you for including us in this discussion. It's really, I really appreciate the inclusive approach coming from your side. So that's thanks and congrats for the great order. I wanted to understand, one is my question was, I think the previous person also asked. So I presume that the major share of this 250 crore is to us only. So there is no such split as such. So 50 crore per year revenue will flow to us, to 3i, right? That's what.
Yeah.
So that's one.
And also see, Purushottam, the other stuff also, how we have constructed also is that the mother 3i Infotech also will benefit. See, every other service we can subcontract. So this subsidiary will buy everything from 3i. So for example, any other services. So it will be within the ecosystem if you look at it. So that way, if you look at it, it's a huge opportunity.
Okay, great. So which is good. Second, Ajay, I wanted to understand, to achieve the break even at a deal level, what is the size of, number of subscription, or what is it that, what is the parameter? I don't know. So I'm just asking, what is the parameter which will ensure our deal level profitability or the break even I'm talking about? We get into that. How much time it is going to take? Just wanted a little bit clarity on.
That's a great question, sir, because that is my number one. Because that's my number one risk which I need to overcome. That's my first milestone. Okay.
Right.
So if I look at it, if I have to pay these fellows 14 crores as an example, because that's my committed number, MG number is 14 crores per annum.
Right.
If you take even at a 40-60, we have to be at 35 crores. The subsidiary has to generate 35 crores for me to pay 14 crores for them. Okay.
Right.
But on a break-even level with my OPEX cost or whatever, I need to generate at least my back of the envelope. I don't have it in front of me, around 23-24 crores. If you ask me, I'll be above water. I'll still make money. Okay. Now, so 24 crores, 14 crores goes to them. 10 crores is for operational expenses. If you look at it, so 24 crores is what we need to get the prime bidders on the ad guys. Like I told you, the national guys and regional guys and stuff. So the 24 crores, if I can get it, from say 10 parties nationally, we are home, Purushottam.
Okay.
And over and above it is where my media partner, who's part of the JV, has to generate revenue for me. Are you with me? So that is your classic, ad inventories, the classic 9 yards, what you do in media. I'm not even getting there. I'm saying by this, if I can break even, all this is my profits.
Okay. Yeah, the third question was just for the sake of my understanding, it's only the platforms where you are enabling the Wi-Fi, or it's in the trains also? It's only the platforms we are talking about?
No, great question, Purushottam. I think you made I forgot to talk about it in my brief, and Harish touched upon it. See, today this project is for the platforms. Okay. But we'll be under tremendous advantage because we are the first guys who are doing this public partner with RailTel. So tomorrow, when they expanded to bus stops, museums, everywhere where RailTel pipes are going, we will be there. Second, to your point, RailTel also wants to take it inside the trains. Next is the phase 2 is trains.
Right.
Okay. So this contract doesn't give us that, but we'll have a great advantage 2 years down the line. When that RFP comes, we'll be unbeatable.
Yeah, great. I mean, why I asked this question is, see, I recall a mega deal which IBM did with Airtel long time back when Airtel was to roll out the cellular services. And that deal was initially sized at somewhere around $400-500 million only. But because it was on a revenue share model and there is a boom which came, it turned out to be a multi-billion dollars. So
absolutely.
That is where I'm looking at. If this goes well, I think you're sitting on a I should say golden pot.
No, absolutely, Purushottam. Because see, that is the reason why we wanted to not deal with this like a project, but this is a separate business plan. It is an opportunity to build a separate company itself. And the vision we have, if all goes well, we might even list this company separately.
Yeah, because I can say that I've myself been in IT services for more than 2 decades. So I remember whatever revenue share deals we have done turned out to be 3x or 4x of what originally it was intended to be.
Absolutely.
So
Great. Yeah.
So, Mr. Just to add to it, so the whole intent is to get into the passenger's life cycle once he enters the platform and exits the platform. Okay, with this Wi-Fi deal, we are already in, we are capturing. He is on our handheld phones, we are entering into it, right? Now, we have already done an demo of the access point, which we are putting on the platforms, which I said was the third revenue stream where we are showing content. The same infrastructure hardware can be put inside a coach. And that AP access point has got storage capacity. So the content can be loaded on that and it can be done shared with the passengers over the in-coach Wi-Fi. Okay, because it'll have to have a local Wi-Fi inside the coach. It doesn't need anything outside networks
Yes.
and there's power already in there. So that's how we are ensuring that like whenever that bid also comes, once
Right.
we are successful in this, we are strong contender because we have that proven capability having done that on the platforms. So
Yeah.
that's how we are trying to ensure that like nobody, hopefully nobody enters into this arena when we have like
You
invested
will
ourselves as
definitely have
the
a clear advantage over others since you've been
absolutely.
doing it, and that
Absolutely.
advantage really goes. No, great. I'm
Absolutely.
telling you, it's a very transformative deal. Sounds really good as an investor. It increases my confidence in terms of the new initiatives you guys are taking, the way it is turning around. It's a great order, I must say, and
Yeah.
brings really a lot of excitement.
Yeah. And the other important factor is, as I mentioned in my when I was going through the slides, so the mindset is Railtel is only on railways, okay, which is not the case. They are extending their services to all government-owned premises, whether it is bus stops, whether it is museums, whether it is hospitals. So all government properties, they are being asked to provide their services. And whichever, once they taste blood, getting revenue from this, where they are earning 60,000 rupees a month
Yeah.
to almost like 1.25 crores or 1.5 crores rupees a month, 1.25 crore rupees a month. So
Yeah.
they will want to monetize the all other infrastructure which they have already stretched out because they're bleeding there today,
Yes.
right? So that's the entire pitch that we have given, that we will be partners with you all through wherever you want, and we have a proven model by then.
Great. Thanks for answering my question. And Thompson, congrats again for a great order, I would say. Very, very
Thank
transparent.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your support.
Thank you so much. The next question is coming from Sanjot. Please unmute yourself.
Uh, Thank you. Hi, Thompson and Harish and all team members. Congratulations. It's really a great win. Yeah, it's more important to understand really how it's going to work, because just by saying yeah, it's going to be a revenue will come and when it will come, how it will be accredited to profits. Ultimately now all shareholders know how and what shareholders are looking into. So just a couple of questions on my side about the whole.
Your voice is not coming clear. There's a network issue.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Is it better?
Yes, now it's better.
All right. Yeah. The question I was having is about because it involves a lot of hardware. Like you say, it's a Wi-Fi. You have to have it. Then it should be a partnership with content provider. If the content needs to be provided, and so is the hardware part also is going to be handled by 3i completely, the whole Wi-Fi hotspots and providing the networks and all. That is one. And second, about the content delivery, or for that, whether is 3i or RT Realtel is already having a partnership with someone to provide this content, which is the media content. Because what I heard earlier that Google was one of the sponsor for this Wi-Fi, like they were having giving a Wi-Fi for stations. Most of the stations, the Google was providing Wi-Fi free of cost on that. So now, is it something? Is it that also that 3i also need to be partner, or will be be partnering with Google kind of entities where they are going to sponsor, giving this kind of infrastructure and expertise? So yeah, what's your comment on this?
Yeah. No, Harish, you want to talk about? I'll
Yeah.
try and comment, but I think there was one question on the content from RailTel? I think you answered that.
Yeah, I'll answer both of them briefly, and Thompson, you can add on to it. So, Sanjay, thanks for joining, and thanks for this question. So, the entire Wi-Fi network and the hardware required for that has already been implemented and live on the platforms. Okay, so we are not required to invest any money into implementation of that. Okay, there is already a NOC SOC team sitting in Delhi and centrally monitoring performance of each of these Wi-Fi's on each platforms. Okay, if there is an no access point which is down on any platform, they come to know about it and they get it addressed. In fact, as an ground level testing, when one of our guys went on the ground and tried to do access Wi-Fi from a suburban station in Mumbai, and he was not very satisfactory, and we raised it in the kickoff meeting with RailTel. So they exactly knew the reason why that was done, because there was construction activity going on in that platform. That a access point for that specific location was pulled down, and because of which there was a network. So they have information to that level, and it was like they didn't even take a minute for answering that question. So it is the infrastructure is there, the Wi-Fi is there, it is all done, monitored by Wi-Fi, by RailTel themselves. What we are required to do is to use that medium and earn revenue from that. So that's how it has been constructed. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. And also to add, Sanjot, to that, see, if you look at it classically, there are 2-3 levers here. One is from a asset extraction or asset utilization. So they have some assets. So our job is to take over the assets, leverage the best. Can we sweat it to the maximum? That is point number one. Second, we are also seeing that utilization of the assets, say for the example, the servers or whatever it is, now we are trying to stress the stress level, because whether that stress will it take for our P&L, because see, our P&L is built on certain, growth and stuff like that. So now trying to marry the Airtel assets, the RailTel assets, what they have, to what revenue can it give us. That's what we are now trying to marry, so that parity happens. That is on one. So fundamentally, if you ask me, phase one, Sanjot, will be just efficiency management. Can I run it more efficiently than RailTel is one, and try and get revenue from the other side. And that is where our break-even journey starts. I'm not even getting into all the fancy stuff of all the super app, what we are going to build, which is part of the scope, and then get more revenues. I'm getting more grounded. Can I get profits from the assets I take? That's it.
Sure. I think I still didn't get the point of how the revenue, in the sense like whatever revenue will be earned, it is based on the content, whether the user needs to see some content, then only there will be a revenue.
I'll clarify that, Sanjay. I'll clarify. I'll get like a simple example. Let's say if you go to our first revenue will be selling pure ad real estate in even a portal, as simple as that. I have a national fellow, I go catch hold of a national, regional, he puts his banner, I take money from him. Nothing, I'm not complicating it. I'm very simplifying the phase one, Sanjay. Very simple. Just sell one national level guy, one state level guy, and a city level guy, I'm home. Give him one banner ad in my portal, that's it. This is one. Second, even if he wants to say, I want to have a video ad playing, just like YouTube, this guy will be forced to listen to it for 2-3 minutes. He has no choice, because he is my title sponsor. That's it. So I'm not complicating it. So that's my base level plan to earn money and break even, Sanjay.
Okay. So it's not, so it is pretty straightforward. It's not involved much complacency into creating the infrastructure and content on that.
Exactly. Only once the super app comes, Sanjay, to your point, then we need to have content aggregation, then live streaming, other interfaces. Even Google was a competitor. They lost to us in this. We beat Google. So Google will now we have open talks with Google. I said, fine, boss, let's work together. Yeah, we'll work together. I have no cons about it. So it can be a revenue stream for us. Okay.
Right. Yeah. And another point is about, definitely this is and a wonderful news, and I think this is one of the biggest project won by 3i Infotech. If it's, I think it's the biggest probably on that. And definitely the way the news has come, again, it is like just onto the BSC portal, and then basically the this one pager is basically on that. So is something like more about spreading the news better or more
Yeah, in
advertising it
fact,
better.
this
It's
itself we call for that, Sanjay, because
yeah,
because of single page. In fact, this meeting is for that. We wanted to do that, and this will be uploaded again to the portal. More
sure.
investors can go through that
Yeah,
because it's a
yeah,
self-clarifying. Because this can't be clarified in a single piece of
absolutely,
paper,
absolutely.
correct? And
Yeah,
we are
yeah.
also having a proper press meet in January by
Okay,
Ogilvy. We are
okay.
organizing a proper press meet, and we will do that because I don't think people have really comprehended the scale and size of this project.
Absolutely, absolutely. That was my point. I mean, definitely the news is great, and because this new projects and new wins keep coming, and everyone not really taking it so seriously on that. So one is definitely how to make sure people understand about this big win and how really benefits will be coming to 3i Infotech and its stakeholders. And definitely, if opportunity comes, I mean, whether it's coming to on this news channels, and because it's something like talking about how really 3i Infotech has won, and if you are saying really beating the big players, I mean, plus getting this big contract, so it will be great if you get opportunity to come and talk more about this news channel or different way of really communicating to these stakeholders. So that really will help on that. And great. I mean, so it's mostly 90 days, as you said. Most of the points was covered by earlier investors. But yeah, it's 90 days is what something you are seeing. So Q1 probably it will start the revenue of this. There will be some cost will be there probably in Q4, which you have to probably show, and then Q1 will be the revenue will start coming in. So once again, congratulations, and yeah, keep sharing such good news. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks, Sanjay. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As there are no questions ahead,
Can I
I would
ask
like.
a small question? Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure, sir.
please.
Just wanted to ask, you said that we don't have to do any capex investment right now. So I presume that all our mathematics is done on the basis of existing, I would say, install base, whatever is there, equipment, etc. So will that take the load of the number of subscribers, etc., or the bandwidth requirement, which is required to
Yeah.
attain kind of revenue? So has that
Yeah,
Seneca
yeah. That's why I think I touched upon it because in our due diligence also in our break even, if you look at it, I gave you the example of the 35 crores per annum. We are looking at maximizing the assets what they have right now, their own servers or whatever it is. We will use their server space, whatever it is. So we will not put any capex. Try and see how we can run it more efficiently. So that is where our technology stuff comes also, where definitely we see there's a huge play there because we are very underutilized the way I look at it. So we can leverage it better, sweat the assets better. In my sense, Purushottam, we can go easily for 2 years with the assets they have. Our plan.
Great.
Yeah. And by the time it will generate enough cash to reinvest back into the capex, in my view, the way I look at it actually.
Sure. Great. Thanks.
Uh, there is a next question which is coming from Mr. Harpreet Punj. Please go ahead, sir.
Hi, Thompson. Hi, Harish. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
First of all, congratulations, many congratulations for winning this deal. I think it's because of your hard work you're putting in your team about this deal. Just to understand the math behind this 250 crore revenue you're estimating for next 5 years, and did you make some math regarding the users for you're going to cater for next say 5 years time?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Of
we
course.
have.
So, yeah. Harish, you want to talk about it? Yeah.
So we have split the revenue into three parts. Preet, I think you joined a little late. So we went through the presentation where we just showed how we are approaching our revenue targets. So there are three ways we are planning to earn revenue. One is there is an existing captive portal which the Railtel guys are running, which is on an 1 Mbps, 30 minutes plus 10 minutes grace utilization for an end user is what is being provided. We are coming up with a super app, okay? And the third one will be content and sponsorships for at the national level, at the state level, or at the city level that we will be getting in. So that will be a branding for them. For example, if you want a surf to be wanting to do their ad, so we can put surf powered Railtel free Wi-Fi. So that's sort of branding which will come. So there will be many such ad campaigns also that can be run on either the captive portal or also the super app. And even when we are having some content delivery from the access points on the platforms, we can insert ads on that. So there are multiple revenue streams just for the ads per se, the real estates to put ads per se. In addition to that, we also have services being provided on the super app as and when the app matures over a period of time, and that will keep on adding revenues to the business. So that's how we are planning. Right now there are, I think, 1 million unique users per day accessing it, and the awareness of a free Wi-Fi is pretty low, because on a monthly basis I think it's around 524 million people travel in India on trains. Okay, as compared to that, if you look at 30 million unique users accessing the free Wi-Fi, so the awareness is definitely low that the free Wi-Fi can be utilized access when they are waiting on the platform. There might be two reasons. One, genuinely people might not be aware of that it is available. Second, people don't want to log on to an 1 Mbps line when they have a better speed which is coming from their data. But my personal experience and what I've heard when we are doing some R&D on the ground is the network, the cellular network on the platforms are relatively poor as compared to what is outside the platform. So they deter from doing any data related activities when they are on the platform, and they generally do their downloads before they come to the platform, and they utilize that content, whatever is there. So when we have an app, captive or super app, which is giving you an 4 Mbps speed and free for 240 minutes at a stretch, right? People will be low to get into that app. And when they're using for whatever duration, maybe from it, generally people try to reach the platform to catch a train for a long duration, 30 minutes in advance at least, so that they are there. So in that 30 minutes to whatever duration they want to access, people who are traveling, who are not traveling, who are just visiting the platform or around the platform, anybody can access that railway Wi-Fi. You don't need a PNR to access an Wi-Fi. Anybody can just log in with their mobile number, and OTP comes and you are on the railway Wi-Fi network. So people, I heard, like, if you're aware of Mumbai, so there are more people outside the platform than on the platform around Bandra station just to access the Wi-Fi. So that's how that Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi is working on various platforms. So the more number of people use it, whether on the platform or outside, it is a bonus for us because we have that many footfalls on the app and that many more eyes going through the ads that we want to publish there. So the entire game is about getting and more people on the app based on the 4 Mbps 4-hour free Wi-Fi that you will get, so that we are able to push in as many ads as possible and also publicize about the various services that are there for the passengers or otherwise. So that's the entire logic around it, Harpreet. To come to the numbers, we have actually worked out for each of these lines what are the current subscriptions, how it will gradually increase month on month. We have a month on month plan as to how the numbers will gradually increase to what we want. And from that, we have derived. In fact, like we want to, as we said, we have one JV partner who's lived his life in the media. Okay, so they know exactly how an ad sells. Okay, it's like cost per metric, like cost per 1,000 impressions on an mobile app. That's CPM is the count that they use. So the CPM for us when we are starting our services will be very low because this platform is not known to the media world. As we mature over it in the next 6 months, the cost per CPM for ads being served will gradually increase. And that's how we have built up our entire revenue plan, which is coming up to that 50 crore per annum that we are talking about. So the multiple sources of revenue all put together, scientifically calculated, is how we have arrived at it. I think you have frozen, Harpreet. The screen looks frozen.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
So your line is still freeze. You have further questions?
Yeah, sorry, it was, I think there was no network. So have you studied any such model anywhere in the world?
Well, we have not followed anywhere in the world right now, but we have partners who have implemented that platform in Middle East countries where they have monetized and all. So the technology inputs we are taking from them as to how it can be optimally run and how so that like we don't have revenue leakages after delivering what we have delivered and all those things. So that close looping, circling, we have already done some due diligences and ensured that we have the right resources, people working with us on this project.
Sir, again, your screen is freeze. There is no movement.
Sure, Harish, thanks so much. Can I take the opportunity?
Harpreet,
Your
we are
line
not
is
able
not
to hear
clear.
you, Harpreet. I think looks like the network is poor at your end.
There's a follow-up question from Sanjot. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to get understanding of you. There are two more partners, and so just want to understand what is the role of Yellow Ink. Like, are they kind of a content provider, or what is the services they are providing?
So Yellow Ink has lived their life in the media world on
Okay.
advertisements. They have
Okay.
good around 20 plus years, 25 years experience in the media world. And they are our key partners into getting the ad revenue as well as content whenever we are embarking there because they have access to 1,500 movies, I would say, which can be got at very, very, very low prices, and they have their networks in the media world where they can get us content at really really competitive rates, which can be given free or very, very minimum cost to the subscribers, I would say.
Oh, okay. That's good because I was trying to understand how the content, but you already have a partner who already has the experience into getting that, and
That's right.
you may enhance on that. You may get more partner, but at least you are starting with you have one partner who would.
That's right. So
That's
just
great.
to
Sanjay,
add to
what you've done
that,
is you have complemented ourselves with skills we don't have.
Sure,
Because
sure.
we are a tech company, we are focused on that. Tech and ops and delivery is our strength. We are
Sure.
focusing on that and
Yeah.
bring all these folks who can complement us.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's
so
nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
go
in
ahead.
addition to that, just to add to your content question, Sanjot, uh, I think we are extending what Railtel also wants to include. We are complementing, in fact. So they had a vision as to how they want to run this super app and the Wi-Fi monetization and all. So in addition to that, Railtel also is working with content providers as to how they can use their cloud and
Sure.
get additional content for us, because finally additional revenue to this subsidiary is more revenue for them also, right?
Sure.
So
Sure.
they are also contributing actively in this and helping us get the right connects for that.
Absolutely. Thanks for that information. And I'm saying this is immediately a second win, like after HPCL. I mean, you are going to have network of those many stations, and already you spread across India. Now this is another network where you spread across India, and probably using some services and moving to HPCL as a hub and providing those kind of Wi-Fi across those regions. And I think there are multiple options will be coming up later. But yeah, it's a great thing. I think as this one thing works well, and then you can really replicate it across your other models. So that would be great. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Just sharing the
Yeah.
map where all we are
Okay.
reaching.
Yeah, very yeah.
Just
Thanks for that. Yeah. It's
okay.
That's very nice. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks a lot for taking your time out. Thanks, Varsha, for organizing it. Thank you.
Thank you.
sir.
Thanks,
All right.
everyone.
Bye bye.
All the
Thank
best.
you, everybody. Thank you.